May 25th, 2015, from Nassau's Veteran Memorial's Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. It was WWE's Raw, and we had Stardust versus Neville. Stardust came out to the ring first, and he actually was showing quite the athleticism as he was walking along the barricade, and then he ended up kind of like getting up in Steve Amell's face. That's right, Steve Amell, the star of Arrow. So they've been having, I guess, a Twitter war going on back and forth, and Stardust decided to get up in his face. He was there watching, and he did not back down at all. Stardust ended up going off to the ring. He had a match to do. So we'll see if anything goes forward with that. I actually would like to see Stardust on Arrow. That would be pretty sweet. Arrow is an awesome show. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend it. It is one of the top shows out there, especially when you in like hour-long episodic television. If you like superheroes, if you like comic books, or if you just like action, excitement, drama, Arrow is the show for you. It's got a lot of intrigue. It's just a really well-written show, really well acted. There's a lot of cool characters. It even spawned off the Flash. But anyway, enough about that. That was just, the opening little thing there with Stardust. So Neville came out, and Neville himself, he is somewhat of a superhero, the way he flies around the ring. And, he's, has that injured knee, so he wasn't at 100%. And Stardust was actually in control early on. Stardust was taking it to him. But then Bo Dallas came out. And so Bo Dallas came out, and he ended up cheering on Neville. And once Bo Dallas came out there, Neville turned things around, and then he ended up getting Stardust with the red arrow, and he got the pin for the win. 1, 2, 3, Neville wins. So Neville gets the victory, and he had a little bit of motivational help from Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas then got in the ring, he got on the mic, and he ended up drop kicking Neville right in that injured knee, and he ended up walking away. They have a match at Elimination Chamber. It's going to be awesome. They already had a pretty sweet rivalry in NXT. You can even relive that rivalry in the 2015 video game, 2K15 WWE, as they have in the NXT mode. You can be Bo Dallas, you can be Adrian Neville, and they have like their classic ladder match that they had for the NXT Championship. That was an unbelievable match. If you haven't seen it, then go check it out on the WWE Network. If you already seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. And I cannot wait to see them go at it at Elimination Chambers. Every time those two get it on in the ring, it's always an excellent match. It's always very entertaining. It's always some really awesome professional wrestling. So I'm definitely looking forward to their match coming up. I thought this is pretty cool right here, this segment. I definitely enjoyed seeing Steve Amell there. And that's, to me, how you do it. Like, when you have celebrities on, the way they did it right there with Steve Amell. Steve Amell is cool. The Green Arrow is cool. I think that there's a lot of crossover between, WWE and Green Arrow, or Arrow as the show is called. The character is the Green Arrow, but they just call the show Arrow. And like I said, I'm a fan of Arrow. More so, my brother was a big fan of it. And then he got me into it, and I was like, wow, this show's actually pretty awesome. Like, I didn't realize it would be that good, but it really, really is good, whether or not you're into comic books, or if you are. I like comic books already, so I guess I'm already a little bit more prone to that. But even still, I wasn't really sure if they were going to give it the good treatment, or if it was going to be kind of more cheesy, because a lot of times, in the past anyway, that's how things were. But we've seen, more recently, they've been making better and better and better comic book movies, really for the last, decade or so. Even there was a couple that weren't so bad, like in the 90s, but before that it was like Cheese City. But anyway, so that's how I think you should do a celebrity appearance, the way they did that with Steve Amell. Not the way they did Entourage. I thought the whole Entourage thing was kind of like, eh. Even though, the one guy was alright, the dude who was on that show with the friggin' talking puppet dog, which Bobcat Goldthwait. I can't even remember what the name of that show was. And I don't remember that guy's name. I don't watch Entourage. I really could care less. I'll tell you more about that in the other video. But I would say, like I said, this is how you do it. With, that's the type of celebrity we want to see as wrestling fans. We want to see celebrities like we actually like. I don't really think there's a lot of crossover to Entourage. To me, that's more just to bring in other people who don't watch wrestling. Whereas people who like wrestling, you already pretty much know who Steve Amell is. If you're a wrestling fan, probably more than likely, I think there's a huge crossover there. I could be wrong, but let me know in the comment section below what you think about that and what you thought about Neville versus Stardust, and when you think about Bo Dallas and Neville coming up, and what you think about Bo Dallas coming out there cheering Neville on, but then drop kicking him in the knee. It was pretty dirty, if you ask me. Of course, like I said, I like Bo Dallas and I like Neville, and I cannot wait to see them go at it. Obviously, I like Neville, more. I'll be rooting for Neville, but I'm a huge Bo Dallas fan too. I think Bo Dallas is really awesome. I think he's way overlooked and underrated by a lot of people. They don't realize how cool he is. And also, I talked about this before in a previous video about how I thought Bo Dallas was going to end up with Bray Wyatt. And now, since having made that video quite some time ago, a few months ago, now I'm hearing rumors that he will be, back with Bray, as they're going to be reforming the Wyatt family. That's a rumor anyway, but we'll see. And maybe we'll see at Elimination Chamber. Maybe Bray Wyatt comes out there, or maybe Luke Harper and Eric Rowan come out there to help out Bo Dallas, and maybe that's when they'll make the reveal, or maybe they're waiting for SummerSlam, or Money in the Bank even next month. We'll see. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is appreciated.